45 6060 973. So, yeah, I'm having it's not a mental health issue. Let's not get carried away. But I had a couple of moments this past week where I just couldn't take it anymore. And one of them I was talking to Carol McGiffin. You know, I do a podcast with Carol McGiffin.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which I do think that you will find totally amusing.
Oh, right, yeah.
It is very funny because it's got Carol McGiffin in it.
Yeah.
And I was banging on about this thing to her. So if you want to, I'll tell you one half. But if you want the other half, then you'll have to listen to the podcast. It's called What's Your Problem with Nick and Carol, in which Carol McGiffin and me try to solve people's problems. Now, if you want us to solve your problem, you have to send it to it. We're not mind readers. Send it to us at the following address, nickandcarol@global.com. That's NICKANDCAROL @global.com. And prepare to be completely satisfied. But in the preamble to the podcast, I told her about some incident that I had in Greenwich. I just couldn't take it anymore. And there was a similar one the other day. I went to a Gardens, which is appended to the Queen's Garden. I think the whole thing is the Queen's Gardens. Yeah, thanks very much, Your Majesty. And Francie tweets. Why have you highlighted this?
Oh, I didn't mean to highlight it.
Oh, right. OK, it was a mistake. Error. All right, I'll come to that later. So, yeah, I went to a park. It wasn't cheap. It was quite expensive. And the first thing I needed was some coffee. If I don't have coffee first thing, then things can go downhill really rapidly. So I needed a couple of squirts. So the first thing I did was try to locate a coffee on arrival. Can you get a coffee? Well, first of all, you got a queue outside. There was no queue, but you had to wait at a barrier for somebody with a name badge to motion you inside. And they made me wait for no good reason whatsoever. There was nobody milling around. The place was completely empty. But, because everybody with a name badge in this country has been promoted to the position of Oberleutnant, and everybody wants to see your papers. Got a nation of head prefects now, and the power has gone to their heads. So anyway, I had to wait to be motioned in to a virtually empty room. And I thought, well, I'll source coffee straight away. And can you sit down and have a cup of coffee straight away?
No.
No, of course not. Because you have to tell them who you are, what your name is, what your address is. They want your email address and your phone number and your inside leg measurement. And so I thought, and plus if you had a coffee there, you had to sit down. I didn't want to sit down. I wanted to go and, take a peek at the greenery. The flora and the fauna. But that's not allowed in the cafe because you have to sit down. And furthermore, shut up. And so I said, OK, well, I'll go outside again to the coffee booth that was just outside. What could possibly go wrong? And so I marched out the door that I came in, and the same woman with a name tag said, you can't go out that door. You have to come back in and go out the other door. I'm already outside, having walked through a door that had nobody around it. It was completely deserted. And I'm standing outside on my own. She wanted me to come back inside the building to go out the correct door to arrive in the exact same place that I'm standing. Does that make sense?
Negative.
This is before I've actually had my coffee, so I'm already on edge. By which I mean... And so I joined a queue, which didn't seem to be a very long queue. There's about 5-6 people in front of me. But unfortunately, the doddery old bloke who was making the coffee was the slowest person in the world ever. He took so long, I thought he'd gone to Brazil to source the beans. And the people in front of me, they started conversations with him. God, this drives me absolutely mad. People in front of you in a queue. Oh, hello, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while. How are the kids? Oh, yeah. And he's just standing there. He's got his stuff. Shut up, man. Get on with it. I thought. I didn't say that, but I thought that. And so I go, eventually, after waiting about 15 minutes for him to make one coffee and have a chat with the bloke in front of me, I go there and you go... like constantly coughing like that. I mean, he's got a mask on, but he's coughing like that, like constantly coughing. What the hell? How can you be in a position where you're making food, serving sandwiches and cake and coffee, and you're coughing and coughing and coughing? But did I say anything? No. Did anybody in front of me say anything? Of course not. The bloke in front of me gave me the evil eye for standing 5 feet away from him, not 6 feet. But he didn't mind having a bloke who was constantly coughing, making him coffee and serving him cake. He was going. And I thought, well, at this point, I have to have caffeine, and I don't care if I do die. And so, with the coffee, I then marched back through the building and out into the garden, not through the part where you put your ticket in and go into the garden itself, because that would be, I wouldn't do that. You don't walk around a paid park with a coffee in your hand. No, I just wanted to stand and look out over the scenery while I had a coffee. What's wrong with that? Oh, it's against the regulations. You can't do that. It's government says you can't do it. You have to go out to the car park. So we had to go out in the car park, and there's no seats that were available there, and the only place to put anything was on top of a rubbish bin, which was right in front of where people queue to get in the building. So rather than stand in an area where there wasn't anybody looking over greenery, I had to stand in a blooming car park where people would march past to get into the building in the first place. So anyway, having had that, then go in and finally, I've had my caffeine, and I'm finally in a park. What could possibly go wrong? Well, I'll tell you. Morons with leaf blowers. Hours they were at it. Hour after endless hour. Just chasing a leaf from one side of a path to the next. With enough force to lift a jumbo jet off the tarmac. Oh my God, I wanted to kill him. I wanted to take that leaf blower and stick it up his fundament. And every now and again it would stop. And you think, he's finished for the day. And peace would ring out for a blissful 10 seconds, and then so that no leaf would rest on any part of the path in the entire park. It's autumn. Echoing around the park. It's the loudest thing I've ever... I've seen The Who live.
Rock and roll!
And they weren't that loud. I want my money back. Get Her Majesty on the phone right now. I've been done. That was 12 quid, Brenda. She's not picking up. Keep trying.
This is LBC.
Right now at your local Co-op, you can get a 50 centilitre bottle of Jägermeister for an amazing £10, down from £16.50. That saving won't be the only thing to give you a shock this Halloween. Co-op. It's what we do. Subject to availability. See participating stores for details. Offer ends 3rd of November. Please drink responsibly.
Bulk buy non-medical face masks from just 22p each from trustedppe.co.uk. Order before 4 p.m. weekdays for same-day dispatch. Minimum order apply.